with Twinkie TV, and I'm here to do a recap of episode number 3 of Emergency Couple. And I'm really loving Emergency Couple because the two leads, Jin-hyuk and Ji-hyo, they're both really awesome. I love a lot of their previous dramas, and now I really like them in this Korean drama. So in episode 2, we leave off where Ginny has been splashing Chang Min with urine in his face. I mean, it was just like the grossest thing. Like, bodily fluids are not to be played with ever. You should not be, especially not in the face. So I think that that's just kind of fantasy K-drama land, because you just would not do that in real life. That's super dangerous. So anyways, not only is that dangerous, but at the end of the episode, to save the people in the ER room, Jin-hyuk takes the defibrillator and shocks the guy with the gun, and in the process shocks her ex-husband as well. And so they both go down, and you cut to episode 3 of this week or last week, and you see them trying to figure out how to do CPR, and Jin-hyuk's like giving it her all, and it was just kind of a mess. And Jin-hyuk has not been winning any favors since episode 1. So we're in episode 1, 2, and 3, and she's messed up in all 3 of the episodes. Luckily, everyone pulls through, and so nothing horrible happens. But Jin-hyuk just kind of gets it from Chang Min. He's just like, "You're so ignorant, you're so stupid," and just goes down the list of why she should not be a doctor. And she's just kind of taking it, but then I think she just comes back at him, because I think like when they were together 6 years ago, like all of those pent-up feelings and things that went wrong back then just kind of bubbles up when they're interacting with each other now. And so I can just see that hopefully they'll be able to resolve that soon, because like it's not really like this romantic tension that it's between them. They're very good at just having tension, like hateful ex-spouses tension. So I kind of think for a romantic comedy they need to increase the romantic tension. So then there's a scene with Ginny and her mom, and you know, the mom's like basically has the whole neighborhood out and about, and is kind of showing off Jin-hyuk as her doctor daughter. And then so to reward Jin-hyuk for, you know, flashing the badge and, you know, saving the day, her mom and her friend massage Jin-hyuk, but it looked more painful than relaxing, and I think Jin-hyuk felt the same way too. But you kind of get a sense of the trials and tribulations that the two of them went through in the last 6 years, because it took a lot out of them to get Jin-hyuk through the medical career. So now her mom has these very grand ideas of Jin-hyuk opening up a dermatology clinic in Gangnam, which is like a very expensive, exclusive kind of Beverly Hills of Seoul. And so yeah, so I can see where her mom's going with that, because you know, you want to celebrate when somebody accomplishes something that big. So, you know, in the episodes, Chang Min is kind of saving the day every time in every episode when it's like this, you know, bad cases or what have you. And then Jin-hyuk's always kind of messing things up in the ER room. And so Chang Min actually, you know, correctly diagnoses one of the patients, and so he's like praised again, and you know, this kind of increases his pompous jerkiness to Jin-hyuk. And so, you know, it's kind of very telltale, where you kind of see where they're going. Like Changmin's going to be this savior kind of doctor, and Jin-hyuk's going to just be the butt of everybody's jokes. So hopefully that's not going to be the case, because she's kind of had a rough life this whole time. I mean, at one point she had alopecia and all of her hair was falling out. So hopefully she'll get her time to shine in this, you know, somewhere down the road. So the funny thing is that this time, this episode, Chang Min goes on a blind date, and the blind date is with this cabinet minister, prime minister's daughter, and she's supposed to be like, oh, you know, something really cool. And so, but his date just turns out to be very strange, like has strange mannerisms, you know, acts up, and just all these different things. And surprisingly, Chang Min is not the pompous jerk that he is to his wife. He's actually pretty chivalrous and kind, and pretty easygoing for the fact that the date was just going in a weird direction. So, you know, props to Chung Min that he was able to keep his cool and, you know, actually deliver on a pretty normal date with. So then you get the behind the scenes look at what happened on the date. Adam, who is being played by Clara, she actually was supposed to go on the date because she's this very classy girl from this really great, well-off family with lots of political status. and she's also the doctor. So I guess she's just been chased after too many men and going on these blind dates that she sent a friend instead to do some, you know, detective work and kind of some due diligence and reconnaissance or what have you. But anyways, so she got some information and finds out that the date that she was supposed to have is with Chang Min. And then, you know, the little thing, her little ears perk up, and so definitely there is going to be a love triangle or a love square or a love, you know, pentagon-shaped thing that's going to happen in this ER room, because Clara, for one, I think Chun-soo, who's the lead chief resident, is going to come into play. I think Ji-hyo, who she's like a top well-known surgeon, and she's also going to get into the mix. Then we've got Chang Min and Jin-hyuk, so it's going to just be this like love fest, free-for-all, and, you know, winner gets all. I don't know. It's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch. And then, of course, you need the cliffhanger at the end. And the cliffhanger at the end is they've got a patient who's like entrusted into their care. So they took them on the elevator, but of course the elevator door closes and then they're stuck in the elevator, and the patient is collapsing and needs emergency surgery stat. So that's where they end up and where they leave off. So I think, you know, for me, I can really see that Jin-hyuk and Chung Min are going to have like a good storyline, because there's just so much bitterness between them, but then they've got some really good attributes. Like at first I was like, you know, Jin-hyuk's character, Chang Min, is just this really awful guy, this jerk who is really unpleasant, but then you kind of see glimpses of maybe the reason why Jin-hyuk fell in love with him. And so that's good, because otherwise he wouldn't have a lot of redeeming qualities except for, you know, him being a doctor. And then of course Jin-hyuk, she has the heart of gold, she's the candy girl, and you know, we always have to like her, you know, the candy girl, or we should like the candy girl. And I think Ji-hyo has been playing her very well, and I absolutely think she's adorable. She's very cute, her style's cute in this drama. I mean, it's hard to be cute in a doctor's uniform, but she manages to pull it off. And I think the supporting cast, Clara, who plays Autumn, I think that that's going to be really fun to watch, because she's very sexy, she's very fun and free with, you know, the way that she kind of exudes the sexiness. And then Chun-soo and Ji-hyo, I think that they're also going to come into play, because those two have some past kind of thing going on. I'm sure they dated each other, and, you know, they've got like all this romantic past thing that they have to rekindle, and I think Jin-hyuk's going to get in the middle of it, and she's going to get stomped on by both Clara, Autumn, and Ji-hyo. So I hope you like this K-drama review, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!